everybody's favorite anchor, Tsunami, with Wait News, weather at International Time Zones News. Today is May 20th, 2013, and I have some breaking news on a tornado that has devastated Moore, Oklahoma today. Terrible disaster caused 24 and injured 212. It started around 2:56 p.m. and dissipated at 3:33 p.m. This tornado reached the rating of EF5 level, which is the highest we have witnessed so far. It has reached the high winds of 210 miles per hour and demolished 2 schools and 300 homes. This resulted in about a $2 billion cost and damage. To give more detail about the tornado is our chief meteorologist and geologist located at our station affiliate in Moore, Oklahoma, Lance Phillips. Take it away.
As you heard, I'm Lance Phillips, as Savani so kindly said, and I'm the geologist here for Wait News. Right now, I'm at the scene where the tornado has taken place in Moore, Oklahoma. And to start it all off, I'm just going to tell you how a tornado forms so you get a little bit of where it's coming at. A tornado forms when a large thunderstorm occurs in a cumulonimbus cloud, like the one shown above. Then a change in wind direction and speed at high altitude causes the air to swirl horizontally. Next, rising air from the ground pushes up on the swirling air and tips it over. The funnel then comes up to the ground. When the funnel grows longer and stretches towards the ground, the funnel finally becomes a tornado. In our case, that's exactly what happened. There are about 1,000 tornadoes that happen a year, and they mostly occur at the Great Plains, also known as the Tornado Alley. This terrible natural disaster has left this city, Moore, Oklahoma, in ruins. As you can see behind me, this city is absolutely torn apart. I mean, the results were catastrophic, and just think of how long it would take for them to repair all the damage done. To track these tornadoes, the NSSL uses the Doppler radar, like shown above, to track them and see how powerful they are. Then the computers then take the information and make it easier so the people who are recording the data can see when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and how high of a damage level.
Wow, thanks, Lance.
Yep, anytime.
As you can see, you don't want to get caught in a mess of tornadoes. To make sure you're safe when caught in a nasty twister, make sure to follow these precautionary steps. 1. Go to a windowless interior room on the lowest level of your house. 2. Get away from windows. 3. Get to the center of the room. 4. Get under a piece of sturdy furniture such as a workbench or a heavy table or desk to hold onto it. 5. Use your arms to protect your head and neck. Thank you for watching Wait News, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Good evening, this is Sydney with Channel 8 News. It is 8 p.m. and we have some breaking news on a tsunami that has devastated Japan. We have just received news that they have already counted 20,000 deaths and there are still 2,500 people missing. The devastating 30-foot waves have damaged several nuclear reactors. This tsunami has already costed Japan 25 trillion yen, which is about 300 billion US dollars. For more details on the tsunami, here's our chief meteorologist at our outpost in Japan.
This is Madeline, our chief meteorologist for Channel 8 News. I'm here in Japan to explain one of the deadliest storms this country has ever seen. In general, tsunamis are caused by uneven heating over the ocean, causing cyclones. This event, however, was caused by the most powerful earthquake ever recorded as of 2011, caused by transform boundary plates moving together. These disasters have devastated Japan, especially where the storm hit on the Pacific coast, and strong waves are still rolling in, so we suggest that all residents of Japan take cover as soon as possible.
Thank you, Madeline. Now for more details, here's our chief geologist, who is also in Japan.
Hi, I'm Kinsey, our chief geologist. About 2 tsunamis happen per year along ocean coastlines. Seismologists can use seismographs to measure the seismic waves from the epicenter of an earthquake. And once they do this, they can predict earthquakes and make the public aware, and then people can plan evacuation routes and build shelters.
Thank you, Kinsey. For those of you watching in Japan, please stay safe. Thank you for watching Channel 8 News.
this is Nandana with Earthquake News. It is May 16th and I have some breaking news on an earthquake in 2010 that devastated the country of Haiti. Some facts about the effect on people, such as death tolls and injuries, where the magnitude of this earthquake was 7.3. It was known as the fifth deadliest earthquake and natural disaster in the world, and also 250,000 people died and many, many more were injured.
This earthquake was so destructive because of the high magnitude of 7, and because it occurred only 6.2 miles below the surface. 1/3 of the country's population was majorly affected by this earthquake. 2.3 million people were left homeless with limited resources. It caused around $8 billion in damage and could eventually cause around $13 billion in damage. 60% of the capital of Haiti's government buildings were destroyed. Many people in Haiti lived below the poverty line before the earthquake. This quake was one of the strongest in that region since over 2 centuries. As seen here with the numbers, we can see that this earthquake caused a lot of damage.
Also, some more facts on the effect on damage to property, environment, including wildlife and escape, are roads were blocked for many, many days after, and many people couldn't get to where they needed to go. Many people needed to stay inside their houses. And also houses were crushed and broken down, so many people were homeless and no one could go and live where they needed to live. And here to give you more detail about the earthquake of Haiti in 2010 is our chief meteorologist and geologist from our station affiliate in Shakopee, Minnesota, Sahithi Ralba.
Good afternoon, this is Sahithi Ralba. The conditions were just right for this earthquake to occur. Earthquakes mainly form when rock underground breaks along the fault and the two blocks of rock or plates rub against each other.
As shown in this video, earthquakes are usually caused when rock underground suddenly breaks along a fault. This sudden release of energy causes the seismic waves that make the ground shake. When two blocks of rock or two plates are rubbed against each other, they stick a little. They don't just slide smoothly. The rocks catch on each other. The rocks are still pushing against each other, but not moving. After a while, the rocks break because of the pressure they build up. When the rocks break, the earthquake occurs. During the earthquake and afterward, the plates or blocks of rock start moving.
Fault friction is the main condition for an earthquake. The Haiti earthquake formed because Haiti is on the boundary of the Caribbean and North American plates. Earthquakes occur around 15 to 20 times in Haiti and usually happen in ocean or sparsely populated areas. To prepare for major earthquakes, people should fasten shelves to walls and place heavy objects on lower shelves. Shock absorbers can prevent earthquakes from happening by reducing the magnitude of the shock waves.
3 years after the earthquake, there was still a lot of damage. That's how much of a big deal this earthquake was. Between 230,000 and 300,000 lives in Haiti and 1.5 million people were homeless. Some areas have been rebuilt, some lived as grim reminders, while others remain in limbo. This is a picture of the official residence of the president, a day after the earthquake struck, and it was completely in pieces. Now a flag flies high where the National Palace used to stand. The building was so badly damaged in the quake that it was eventually pulled down because of fears that it had become a danger to the public.